Hello, everyone out there in Rumble, X, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego. And today we're going to continue to talk about Mean Girls, your favorite fucking high school teeny bopper chick flick from 2004, starring the great Lindsay Lohan. And Tina Fey's in it too. She wrote the book. She wrote the story. She wrote the screenplay. I guess it was based on a book that Tina Fey did not write. But she wrote the screenplay for this fucking. I'll get back to you on who actually wrote this book. But yeah, so she wrote the screenplay for this. It was produced by Lorne Michaels, who owns Saturday Night Live. He created Saturday Night Live. So obviously Tina Fey was working for him at the time she pitched this movie to Lorne, her boss, and he agreed to make it because she was a successful writer and performer on Saturday Night Live. Particularly, she did the Weekend Update with her best friend Amy Poehler, who is also in this movie. Of course, she is. There's also Tim Meadows is also in this movie, who was on Saturday Night Live back in the 90s and so on, early 2000s. He was on there for a long time. Tim Meadows, who I love him as the Ladies Man. If you remember that movie, Ladies Man, I love that movie. It's a great fucking movie. I'm gonna have to review it. One of the funniest movies that I've ever seen, although not the funniest. And I love Tim Meadows in that, and the Ladies Man. He's got his Cavassier right here. I love the Ladies Man. But anyway, he's not playing the Ladies Man. He's a principal in this one. Okay, very beta male principal, very dumbass. So the adults are all dumbasses, but it's a comedy, so the adults all have to be dumbasses. Okay, it's the teenagers that are supposed to be smart, but the teenagers actually are all dumbasses too, except for the main character, our protagonist. Okay, Katie. That's Lindsay Lohan's character. Okay, she's not dumb. Okay, she doesn't have a lot of common sense. Okay, but she's smarter than everyone else in this movie. Okay, that includes the adults. That includes her parents. People that have actual fucking masters and and doctorate degrees. Yeah, she's smarter than all them. Okay. And the girls, the antagonists in here, the bad guys, you could say, are all a bunch of dumb fuck girls. They're all a bunch of dumb fuck pretty girls who, realistically, do not have the intelligence to fucking to bully anybody. Okay, they would be the bully girls in school if they were really that stupid. But this movie wants you to think that, you can be super popular and still be a group full of fucking stupid girls, okay? With no common sense. Okay, can't wipe their own ass, can't do a goddamn thing. Okay, can't even fucking tell the difference between fucking carbs and fat and protein. Can't read fucking numbers. Okay, that kind of shit. Okay, yeah, they're a bunch of dumb fucks. So you don't really. For me personally, I know a lot of you girls love this movie. Okay, I'm not taking anything away from that. I'm just telling you what a straight guy thinks. Okay, and what I think objectively, not from a guy who grew up watching chick flicks. Okay, I look at this movie the way I would look at any, completely unbiased. If it's good, I'm going to tell you it's good. If it sucks, I'm going to tell you it sucks. And this movie sucks, okay? Because it's just not realistic. I have no problem with the genre, no problem with them making a movie about girls and their cliques and being the most popular girl and trying to get the hot guy. I have no problem with that at all, okay? It's been done many, many times. Better. Okay, look at fucking Pretty in Pink was much better, okay? What a problem is that these girls that are supposed to be the bad guys are just not believable as bad guys. They're too stupid. I can understand them being bitches, but they're too stupid to realize what they're doing. They're too stupid to realize that that you don't fuck over people if they're on your team. You fuck over the other team. You don't fuck over your own team. Okay, that's gonna backfire on you. Okay, and they're too dumb to realize that, and they're too dumb to fucking realize anything. Hence, I don't really. I'm kind of rooting for them in this movie. Regina. So that's Rachel McAdams' character, the queen bitch herself, the queen of the plastics herself. She's a bitch. She's unlikable stuff, but she's so fucking stupid that I can't help but feel sorry for her. She's got some sort of birth defect. Okay, she was born dumb. Maybe her mom dropped her on her fucking head or something when she was an infant. Okay, but I feel bad for a girl that's stupid because I know in real life, if you ever been to high school for real, a girl that fucking stupid would be bullied. She wouldn't be the bullier. Okay, the popular kids won't allow a girl like that in their group unless they were to be the butt of the joke. Okay, because I know some popular kids have that around. I have one or two that are just in the group just to fucking be the lowest man on the totem pole, just to be ridiculed and fucked with all the time. Okay, I understand that's true. Okay, but that's what Regina would be. She wouldn't be the queen bitch. Okay, because any girl of average intelligence who's decent looking could overtake the fucking the plastiques. Okay, like Lindsay Lohan does. And Lindsay Lohan's not average looking. She's fucking gorgeous in this movie. Okay, she's fucking hot. She's the hottest girl out of the four. She's the hottest one. Okay, don't give me this shit that fucking Regina says that you're just an uglier version of me. No. Lindsay Lohan's got it on Rachel McAdams in this movie. Okay, I mean, that's just my taste. I don't know. You know, that's just my preference. I like girls with tits. All right, I do. I can't help it. I'm a man. I'm not fucking ashamed of it. Okay, I like women. You know, some guys are ass men, some guys are legs men, some girls are tits men. I'm a tit man. All the way, okay? I can't help it, all right? My eyes go there, all right? And my eyes went there with Lindsay Lohan, all right? So, yeah. So, out of those 4 girls, she'd be my first choice. She'd be my first pick, okay? Okay, this ain't like fucking Sex and the City where all the girls in that fucking show are flat-chested, okay? Fuck that noise, all right? I've already reviewed every fucking episode of Sex. Yes, I have. It's on this fucking channel. Every single fucking Sex and the City episode. I gave you a straight man's point of view and I pulled no punches. I'm not pulling punches here either, okay? You want to talk about some bullshit, fucking Sex and the City. That was some fucking bullshit, okay? And if that pisses you off, I hope it pisses you off, all right? Because your boyfriend ain't going to tell you what I'm going to tell you. Okay, same thing with this movie. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the fucking truth. Okay, I went to high school too. There were pretty girls there, there were popular girls there, there were popular boys there. Okay, I know how they were treated. I remember. Okay, I actually know that where this movie takes place. I actually know that area. I used to work. That's in Evanston, Illinois. It's a suburb of Chicago. I used to work there. Okay, so I know where that high school is. Okay, I know where the university, Northwestern University. They got the Wildcats there. The purple and yellow is their colors. I know where that is. Okay, I used to manage a bar there. Okay, right next to the university, where all the fucking the kids that were fucking 21 and some that were under 21 would come into my fucking bar with their fake ID. Hey, they got fake IDs. Not my fault, right? Okay, and we get them fucked up. Right? So I know that area, okay? It's a very, very Jewish area, okay? It's a Jewish part of Chicago, okay? It's a ritzy-ditzy upper middle class suburb, okay? Yeah, so I know the area where this movie takes place, okay? I know it, okay? So I kind of understand like the where they live and all that. I get that. Okay, what I'm telling you, as far as the typical American high school, okay, it wouldn't go down this way. Okay, you know, if you really wanted to make a good movie about mean girls in high school, I think the idea is solid. You can do something decent with it. Okay, but what I would tell Tina Fey is instead of making all the bad guys a bunch of dumb fucks, why don't you make them actually smart? In fact, why don't you make them smarter than our main character? Okay, because then that would be a fucking David versus Goliath. Okay, that would be, well, oh, but shit. All the odds are stacked up against her, and yet she still found a way to fucking overtake the Plastiques. Okay, that would have been better. That would have said it more. If she could accomplish that without everybody just bending over backwards for her like they do in this movie, that would have been a struggle. You know, we kind of would have been proud of her for making it to the Queen Bee spot, but we also would have been ashamed of ourselves about how she got there. You know, and so it would have been conflicted, okay? And then she could have dealt with that inner turmoil. She could have dealt with that in the third act, where she realizes that in order to defeat the bitches, she had to become a bitch herself. And now, even though she's at top, it's very fucking lonely up there. Nobody really likes her. So, you know, she realizes, okay, I traded in my soul for this, and now I've lost everybody. My parents are mad at me. The school is fucking mad at me. The other girls in school are mad at me. The guy I like is mad at me. Like, it wasn't worth it. You see what I mean? That would have been a good lesson. But because everybody in this movie bent over backwards for Katie, there was no real challenge here. Okay? It was super fucking easy. Anyone, you, me, anyone could have fucking overtaken the Plastiques. They served no threat. They had no resistance against an outsider. Okay? They didn't do anything to cover up their weaknesses or their insecurities from Katie, despite the fact that they were insulting her the whole time. They were purposely fucking with her and talking shit about her. But yet they expected her to fucking, you know, not betray them? Like, that makes no sense. You don't fuck over the people in your inner circle. You fuck over the people outside of your inner circle, okay? That's how it works, and this movie doesn't understand that. And therefore, it's not believable, it's not plausible, and therefore, that premise is broken. So you can't make a good movie out of a broken premise, okay? It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't work, okay? They should have made it more... they should have put more adversity towards Katie instead of her just fucking getting mad all of a sudden and fucking mowing over the Plastiques like it was fucking nothing. No, I don't buy that at all. That's bullshit storytelling. That's bullshit storytelling, okay? And that's the problem I have with this movie, all right? Anyway, moving right along. I'm Diego. I'm going to use straight man's point of view. Okay, I'm going to break down every fucking scene in this movie, no matter how many videos it takes. The real question is, can you handle it? Can you handle it? You can't. I already know you can. I already know you can. But you're going to get it anyway, baby. Straight up with no lube. There ain't no lube here. Don't even look for any. I ain't got it. It's the way you like it. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about the movie here, all right? All right. So anyway, if you're easily offended, get the fuck out right now. I'm not going to censor myself. Okay? I ain't going to lie to you either, but I ain't going to censor myself. All right? Okay, so where we leave off last time. Okay, basically, what do you call it? Okay, Katie, our main character, she has been pretending to be stupid at math, even though she's a genius at math. She pretends to be stupid so she can get the hot boy that sits in front of her, Aaron, played by a real life gay guy. I forgot his fucking name. Anyway, when I saw pictures of his wedding, you can Google it. All right. Anyway, he's playing straight in this movie. All right. She's got the hots for him. She's pretending to be stupid at math so that he can tutor her. That way she can get some alone time with him, despite the fact that he's, his girlfriend is Regina, the leader of the Plastiques, which Katie is now a member of. Okay, so she's purposely trying to fuck over her leader. Okay, anyway, so she's been faking being bad at math. Okay, so she's been purposely failing her tests. So the teacher, Mrs. Norsberry, played by Tina Fey, who also wrote the screenplay for this piece of shit, tells her, she plays like the grounded one, okay? She purposely cast herself as the one character in the movie who's a responsible, secure woman who can actually mentor these girls, okay? She gave herself the best role in the movie, okay? I'm the one that's fucking got my shit together. Out of all these stupid-ass girls in this movie, I'm the one that actually has my shit together, okay? So I'm the one who's qualified to mentor all of these girls here and teach them how to deal with men and teach them how to deal with life, okay? Mostly how to deal with men, okay? Men are all pieces of shit, basically. Okay, that's what she's telling them, okay? They're all failures. They all either are successful and leave her behind, or they're all failures and she's above them. That's basically that's every chick flick, though, not just this movie, all right? But anyway, so that Tina Fey gave herself that character, okay? So she can be that person in the movie. And she tells Katie here, listen, I know you're faking this shit, okay? The work that you do, when you show your work, the work's correct, but the answer is always wrong. So here, you're getting an F. You have to take this test home and get your parents to sign it because they need to know that you're failing math, okay? And by the way, okay, you really shouldn't make yourself look stupid just to impress a boy. Well, this pisses off Katie, okay? Because obviously this is what Katie's doing. All right. And I've said this in the last video. Girls aren't typically attracted to boys that are dumber than them. Okay. They're not. Okay. Even if the guy has more money, has more friends, more everything. Okay. Women are not attracted to a guy that they can't have an intellectual conversation with. Okay. You got to be able to talk, at least in their grade level. Okay. And if the guy's a dumb fuck, then she's going to, if he's hot or something, she'll fuck him, until a better guy comes along that can stimulate her emotionally, intellectually, physically, all those things, okay? She'll keep the guy around if he's eye candy until she finds a better guy. But that's all. She's not really going to respect this guy, okay? Who's a dumb fuck, okay? And that's the truth. That's the truth, okay? Women don't want to be with guys that are dumber than them, just like they don't want to be with guys that have less money than them, okay? Unless it's just for sexual reasons only, okay? But you don't really want to marry somebody like that. Okay, he turns me on, he's great sex, but, he's a dumb fuck. I can't talk to him about anything important, And without me, he couldn't the fucker couldn't even wipe his own ass without me. Like, do you really want to date a guy like that? Of course you don't. Of course you don't. A guy will date a girl like that, okay? Because that means he's got her under lock and key. She ain't going nowhere, okay? But a girl, no. Women want a guy that's above them, or at least equal to them. And a dumb fuck is not like that, okay? So if the guy does have other things that she likes, like he's good looking and he's rich or all that kind of stuff, then she's going to use him for those assets, okay? For those resources. But she's not really going to fucking love him or give really two shits about him, okay? She's just going to want to protect her resources, okay? And that's the truth, okay? Women are superficial too, okay? So the idea that women pretend to be stupid to get a guy, it doesn't really, maybe if you're a teenager it works, okay? But any woman with any sort of self-confidence knows that shit's not going to fucking work. And I know plenty of women that have fucked guys that are stupid because it was a physical attraction. I get all that. Okay, but I'm saying is, like, would you really, like, risk something of yours to be with a guy like that if you weren't, like into him, really? If it was just physical, would you really risk your own resources? Okay, would you actually risk being made a fool of to be with someone that you're not really compatible with and you're not compatible with? Would you? Most women are going to say no. They're going to say no. Okay? Like I said, unless this guy has resources or some shit that she needs. He's above her socially or above her financially. And then she'll take the guy, but she'll be waiting for a better guy to come along, okay? So you see what I mean? That's what it is, okay? And a lot of women that fuck around, like on their husbands and shit, a guy like that is perfect. If he's just eye candy, if he's a dumb fuck, that's perfect for her. Because she can fuck around her husband and not worry about fucking, catching feelings for her lover, okay? Because he's a dumb fuck. He's just there to fucking, to lay the pipe, to get her to fucking come and then fucking leave, which is perfect for her, if she doesn't want to start a second relationship with a guy, okay? Now, I do understand that is actually more prevalent today in 2024. More women are doing that, okay, than in the past, okay? But still, mostly women are going to fuck around with someone that they have some sort of a connection with, okay, emotionally with, okay, not just sex. At least not anyone that wants to stick around. And if you're fucking a guy who's dumber than you, okay, it's very hard to get any sort of an emotional connection with a guy like that. I mean, you have to be. This got to be like a situation like fucking, Rocky. Okay, you've got, Adrian and Rocky. Rocky's a dumb fuck. Adrian's not, but she's kind of a homely girl, okay? But she stayed. I understand why Adrian stayed with Rocky, okay? Because let's face it, he became a fucking millionaire. He became champion of the world, okay? Mansions, fur coats, parties, commercials, okay? But that's not why she married him, okay? She married him because she knew she couldn't really get better. It wasn't like there was a long list of guys knocking on her door to go out with her, okay? And she also knew that Rocky legitimately, as stupid as he was, he legitimately loved Adrienne, and he would have done anything for her, okay? How are you going to find a guy like that? Okay, if she went after a high-value man, okay, a guy who had money, he had the looks, he knew how to make women come, he had all the social status, all that kind of fucking shit, okay? She knows damn well that she would have to compete with girls that were a lot better looking than her. And she wouldn't be able to compete against them. Okay, one of them would get him, okay, or would be willing to share him with other high-value women. Okay, so she would have lost. And she knew that, so that she had to go with what she could get. All right, and Rocky was good looking, and he was fucking adored her. Okay, he would have done anything for her, and she knew that. He wasn't a liar, he wasn't a manipulator, too dumb to manipulate anybody. He just said what he felt. So that right there is kind of rare for a girl like her. An average girl, that's a dime a dozen guy. Okay, there's plenty of guys like that she rejects all the fucking time. But for a girl who's homely like Adrian, there's not. There's not a lot of fucking suitors out there. So she'll take a guy like that. You just remember, you got to know where your weight class is. Okay, is what I'm trying to say here. Okay. So anyway, so that's going on. Okay. Tina Fey tells her, "Listen, I'm a pusher. Okay." I'm a pusher, that's my problem, okay? I pushed my fucking ex-husband to law school and that blew up in my face. Okay, I pushed myself to work 3 jobs, okay? And now I'm gonna push you, okay? Because that's what I do, I'm a pusher. I'm gonna push you to do better than this, okay? Okay. Well, this pisses off Katie, okay? Because she basically hit her right in the chest here, okay? Miss Northbury went right to what's bothering Katie here, okay? That she needs to be motivated to do better. Okay, because she's not. She's all she cares about right now is wearing the right clothes, hanging out with the right people, fucking the right guys, all that kind of. That's all she cares about, which is typical for a high schooler. Okay, but Miss Northbury's trying to tell her there's more to life than that. Okay, your studies are important. Okay, and you're purposely fucking this over. People try hard to get good grades. You can do it easily in this class, but you're purposely sabotaging yourself. Okay, you got to grow up a little bit here and quit doing that. Okay, well, this pisses off Katie. So Katie goes back to Regina's house with the other plastics. She's basically one of them now. She's adopted their looks, the makeup, the hair, the clothes. She's wearing skirts now. She's showing off her cleavage now. Tight-fitting clothes, okay, heels, okay, earrings, fucking her hair's done, lipstick, all that shit, okay? She's one of them now, wearing pink and all that kind of shit, all right? So she's one of the popular girls, and she's over there at Regina's house, okay? And she knows about this thing called the burn book. Okay, well, she's about to find out about it. Okay, so Regina's complaining to them about Mrs. Norsberry. She's talking shit about Mrs. Norsberry to the other plastics, all right? And then she says some shit like, oh, you know what? I bet the reason Miss Norberry says she's a pusher is because she's probably pushing drugs. Okay? I bet she sells drugs on the side to pay for her fucking divorce. Okay? Just shit talking here. Okay? Slander, okay? Which is nothing wrong. I mean, you've been immature before. You've been immature teenager before. We've all done shit like this, all right? Okay, when you don't like somebody, just make excuses to why you shouldn't like them, all right? She's like, And Gretchen, that's Lacey Chabray's character, the number 2 in the plastics. Okay, Gretchen tells her to put it in the burn book. Now, the burn book is this big fucking notebook that they created. It's a pink one. It says burn book on it. All right, and what it is, it's basically like a photo album type thing. Okay, where you take a picture of someone you don't like and you put it in there and then you write something shitty about them. It's your way of like basically fucking a cathartic way of exercising your hatred towards somebody by putting it in a book. Okay, that's where you got a place where you can relive that hatred, relive that fucking pain, or relive that anger you have towards that person, all right? So it's a private book. There's nothing wrong with doing this. Okay, I mean, is it fucked up? Yeah, but there's no law against this. I mean, if you do this in the privacy of your own home, then what the fuck are you doing? It's not like you're publishing it in a newspaper or nothing, all right? So that's what they're doing here. Okay, it's like a diary. You talk shit about someone in your diary, I mean, are you going to get kicked out of school? Of course you're not. Of course, that's your private shit, and that's what this is here. So I can never understand the importance of this burn book in the movie and how it was like an offense or something. Okay, like you have to take, like cops got to get involved. This is just it's like a diary. It's all it fucking is. It's what teenagers do. Like you never drew a fucking picture of your teacher, you know, looking like fucking George Washington or some shit. Of course, we've all done that. Okay, we've all fucking made fun of our teachers and shit, or made fun of other students and drew a picture, a cartoon of them getting fucked in the ass by fucking Fred Flintstone or something. You know, we've all done that, okay? Nothing wrong with that. I mean, is it immature? Yes, but they're immature kids. So, of course, you know, they'll grow out of it. At least they should, okay? So that's going on here, okay? She writes down in there in the burn book, Katie, she writes down in there, she puts a picture of Mrs. Norsberry in there, and then tells her that basically, you know, oh, Miss Norsberry fucking sells drugs, and she's such a fucking bitch. She even called herself a pusher, so we all know what that means. You know, that kind of thing. She wrote that in there, okay? The next scene, Katie starts acting like a bitch to people now, okay? So now she's looking at it and she's acting like a plastic, okay? And becomes obsessed with what she looks like. Okay, so she's always checking herself out in the mirror. She's always checking her makeup, her lips, her clothes, okay, all the time, okay? And she blows off Janice and Damien. Now, Janice is like, I guess you could say her lesbian best friend. She's this goth girl that fucking hates everybody, you know, very pessimistic, bitch to everybody, you know. But she did befriend her on her second day at school, okay? And she's always tagging along with this big, tall, fat, gay motherfucker named Damien who acts like a fucking prima donna. Okay, because they're always together, and he's fucking gay as fuck. All right, and so those are her first friends. She met them on her second day of school. On her third day of school, she met the plastics and became one of them. Okay, so yeah, she had it really hard in high school. Okay, so anyway, but she's been hanging out with Janice. Janice is the one who orchestrated this whole revenge scheme to get Katie to infiltrate the plastics to get information on them. Okay, so that's going on here. Okay, and Katie starts acting like a bitch and becomes obsessed with what she looks like. She blows off Janice and Damien so she can hang out with the plastic. So they had an event where they're supposed to do something together, and she lies to them, says, no, I can't because of this, and that. My parents are doing something. The truth is that she didn't want to hang out with them so she could hang out with the plastics because she's supposed to be infiltrating them and digging up dirt on them. Okay, but she's actually like kind of starting to like them. Like she kind of enjoys being one of them now, and especially all the looks and all the attention she gets at school. Okay, she's kind of liking that, and that more so than fucking trying to help out her friend with her revenge fantasy. Okay, so Katie starts spreading gossip about the other plastiques to Regina, okay, who is stuffing her face with donuts. So they're talking on the phone here, okay, and she tells Katie that Gretchen is not pretty. Regina tells Katie on the phone, because there's a split screen there, that Gretchen, because, okay, Regina, Gretchen, and Janice and Katie all got nominated for Spring Fling Queen, okay? They all got nominated because dumbass fucking fat ass gay Damien rigged the election because, yeah, one person can do that, apparently, okay? And he's positioned right where he can rig the election, okay? So he rigged it so that those four would get nominated, all right? Now, he says that he had nothing to do with Katie being one of the four finalists, okay? But, you know, that's bullshit, okay? Can you honestly tell me not? He's the one that made sure Janice got nominated as well. Okay, and he had everything to do with that, all right? Regina gets nominated every year, and then Gretchen gets nominated too. I'm pretty sure he rigged that as well, because Gretchen, once you get a plastic nominated, Regina, then they're not going to nominate another plastique, okay? But yes, 3 plastiques were nominated, and Janice, one of the most unpopular girls at school. Okay, so obviously it was rigged, but nobody raised the red flag. Nobody says, oh, wait, this can't be right. No, nobody says that, okay? And it's all because one motherfucker, okay, who, if anyone knew anything about this fat fuck, would know that he hangs out with Janice all the time, and Janice got nominated as well. Whoa, pretty fucking difficult to figure out who fucking rigged the election, okay? But no, you would have a brain to fucking think this way when you're watching this movie, all right? And obviously you don't, because you never brought it up until I fucking mentioned it. All right, so anyway, so Katie starts spreading gossip about the other plastiques to Regina. Okay, they're talking on the phone here. Regina tells Katie that Gretchen, okay, is not pretty enough to be nominated for Spring Fling Queen, okay? That's her nomination. She's the one that wins every year, apparently, okay? And that she's the only one out of the plastiques that deserves to be crowned the queen, right? Okay, to win it, okay? She tells Katie that Gretchen's not pretty enough to win, okay? And Karen she said Karen would have won, but she's too much of a slut. So in other words, her other friend, dumbass Karen, played by Amanda Seyfried, okay, the girl that has fucking ESPN and a Fifth Sense, yeah, and her tits can tell when it's raining, yeah, that fucking brilliant woman there, okay, she should have been nominated, but even if she got nominated, she wouldn't have won because she's too much of a slut. So apparently she likes to fuck a lot of guys. Well, we know that she likes to fuck her first cousin, and she doesn't see anything wrong with that. It's the second cousin where it's incest, all right? Yeah, that's how dumb Gretchen is, all right? Anyway, so Katie had Gretchen listening. Katie had Gretchen listening to this phone conversation the whole time. It's like a three-way attack, all right? So they're talking shit about Gretchen, not knowing, Katie's trying to entrap Regina to reveal something bad about Gretchen on the phone, while Regina doesn't realize that Gretchen is actually listening in on this conversation, okay? Now, Regina pulled this shit on her earlier in the movie, so for Katie, this is payback. This is her way of doing the same thing to Regina, which what Regina did to her earlier, okay? So that means that Gretchen overheard Regina say that she's not pretty enough to be nominated as Spring Fling Queen, okay? Listening the whole time. Well, Gretchen calls Karen, okay? So now we got 4 girls on the phone. To tell her that Regina called her a slut. Oh, well, you know what, Karen? I just overheard Regina talking to Katie, and Regina called you a slut. So Karen's like, that kind of thing, But Regina, okay, I'm trying to keep this all together, okay? This is a fucking chick flick bullshit crap, all right? The logistics are fucking unreal. All right, so Gretchen calls Karen. Oh, yeah, so I can set that part right. Okay, but Regina now calls Karen to hang out. So Regina now calls Karen. Karen puts fucking Gretchen on hold. And Regina's like, hey, let's hang out. Okay? And so Karen, not telling Regina that she's on the other line with Gretchen, says, okay. But then Regina says, don't invite Gretchen, though. Okay? I am not having that bitch today. Okay? I'm not dealing with her today. So Karen's like, okay. Puts Regina on hold, right? So now Karen tells Gretchen, goes back to her conversation with Gretchen, that Regina wants to hang out with her, but that Gretchen is not invited. Oh, you're not invited though, okay? Now Gretchen tells Karen, do not hang out with Regina. Because Regina called you a slut, remember? And Karen's like, oh yeah, she did, okay. So now she puts Gretchen on hold. Karen picks back up with Regina and tells her that Gretchen is, that's Gretchen over there. She is so annoying. Okay, because that's what Regina said, all right? And Regina says, get rid of Gretchen. Okay, and she puts Regina on hold, right? Now Karen goes back to Gretchen and she tells Karen, Gretchen tells Karen that Regina called her a slut again, okay? And then Gretchen, because she's such a good friend, she tells Karen, but you didn't hear it from me. So Karen's like, okay. Now Gretchen does this all the time. Whenever Gretchen has a secret, she always tells fucking Katie or whoever the fuck it is. And then she says, but you didn't hear it from me, okay? So now Karen puts Gretchen on hold, goes back to Regina, and she tells, and meanwhile, Katie tells Gretchen, that was harsh. Okay, oh my God, that was harsh. What you just told Karen about, that was harsh. And then Gretchen says Karen had the right to know. Okay, well, she's my friend and she needs to know what Regina said about her. Okay, so she tells that to fucking Katie. Meanwhile, Karen calls Regina back and goes like, I can't hang out with you, Regina. I'm not feeling good all of a sudden, okay? And then Regina says, okay, whatever, whore, and then hangs up on her. So now Karen's like, I've watched thousands of guy movies. There's one thing I could say about guy movies and this movie is this shit here never fucking happens. Said I was going to review this movie, right? All right. All right. Anyway, next scene, okay. At the cafeteria, Gretchen and Karen, they confront Regina. Now, Regina's sitting there in her fucking, I guess, some fucking sweatpants, stuffing her fucking fat ass because she's gaining weight now because she's eating all those fucking, those Kelteen bars. and she's sitting there with Katie because she's too stupid to realize that Katie gave her those Kelty bars so she could get fat. All right. So Regina looks like shit and doesn't know if butter is a carb or not. And so of course she looks at Katie. You know, the Katie, the girl whose guy she liked you stole. Yeah, she looks at Katie and says like, "Hey, is butter a carb?" And Katie's like, yes it is. Mm-hmm. Okay, and she's too stupid to realize that Katie's been feeding her bullshit information this entire time. Katie gave her those fucking candy bars. When she started eating those, she started getting fatter. And yet she's too stupid to realize that Katie might have done this on purpose. Okay, as revenge for stealing the guy that she liked away from her. She's too stupid to realize that. All right. Okay, so that's going on here. Okay, and what's funny is that none of the other girls that are sitting at the table correct Katie when she says that. Okay. Nobody corrects her. And Regina's too stupid to ask somebody else if butter is a carb. No, she only asks one girl that and goes with that and bases her diet on that. She can't even fucking read a book to find out if butter is a... And yeah, she's the leader of the Plastiques. All right. Gretchen and Karen they tell that she's wearing sweatpants on a Monday because they have rules about what you can wear at school. I guess Regina made up all the rules and she enforces them to the other Plastiques. So here Regina is breaking one of her own rules. So it's up to her number 2, Gretchen, to set her straight and go like, hey, you know, you're wearing sweatpants on a Monday. Okay. So, you know, so you cannot sit with us. And Regina says that the rules only apply to them, not to her. Okay. And Gretchen just spits out, "You can't sit with us!" Now, Regina gets it now, okay? Like, okay, they're not fucking around. And Regina looks at Katie to see if Katie will back her up. And Katie's just like... So now Gretchen realizes that she has no friends, okay? The Plastiques don't want her. So she's now basically officially ousted from the Plastiques, okay? And she tells all the girls, "Oh, enjoy walking home, bitches." Fine. And she walks out of there, okay? She bumps into a fat-ass girl, okay, by accident, and the fat girl calls Regina a fat ass. "Watch where you're going, fat ass." And everyone in the cafeteria laughs at that. Ah! And then we see Rachel McAdams walking away in her sweatpants with her big butt, okay, that she got from eating all those fucking Kelty bars. And she don't look bad. She actually looks kind of sexy, honestly. She don't look bad. You know, some guy, you know, as long as you got a small waist, then most guys like junk in the trunk. We do, man, we do. More cushion for pushing. I ain't gonna lie to you. All right? She don't look bad. I could do that. Yeah, I could go for that. I could hit it. Absolutely. Anyway, but no. That fat girl is actually a lot fucking fatter than Regina, okay? And obviously her butt is padded. Okay, Rachel McAdams did not gain weight for this scene, okay, in real life, okay? Okay, she's got to keep her career going, right? And so she fucking struts away like that. And I thought her ass looked pretty fucking good, honestly. All right, but anyway, so yeah, so that's going on here, okay? She can't sit with them anymore, okay? Watch where, you know, you walk home, bitches. No one defends her, so she leaves, bumps in the fat ass, okay? And everyone laughs, okay? Now, bullshit flag right here, okay? She's too stupid. Regina's too stupid to realize that Katie has been encouraging her to eat junk food, those Kelty bars, and she's too stupid to fucking read a book on nutrition. She's too stupid to ask somebody else that isn't fucking Katie whether or not butter is a carb, or whether or not sugar turns into fat, or whether or not, you know, calories matter. She's too stupid to ask anybody else. You only ask Katie this, okay? The girl whose crush she stole away. This is what I'm talking about. This is why this movie's bullshit. All right, I'm going to stop my review right here, but I'll be back shortly to continue my review of Mean Girls. I thank you very much for watching this long, and I will see you soon on the next one. Bye.